The basic reasons I'll oppose her nomination is I don't think that she is committed to public education. I would incorporate by reference some of the remarks of other members of the committee. Senator Kaine, when he mentioned he wanted an education secretary, was a champion for public education. That's the same language I would use. Senator Hassan, I would incorporate by reference her remarks with regard to students with disabilities. Has not been said better, I don't think, by anyone on the committee. And I want a champion in that office for students with disabilities. I don't think she would be. Her lack of knowledge regarding the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act was stunning and appalling, and I think of great concern to people across the board, and you heard that from senators of both parties. Finally, the series of questions I asked her regarding sexual assault on college campuses, I did agree that her answer was correct when she said she would not embrace and not adhere to the rulings currently in place with regard to the evidentiary standard for campus sexual assault cases, and that she would not insist upon the full enforcement of the Campus Save Act, refusing to commit to enforcing current law on campus sexual assault is another reason. Finally, I'll end with this. I thought that Senator Murray, who always makes reasonable requests of nominees and has shown an ability to work not only with Chairman Alexander on this committee, but showed that she can work with people in both parties. For example, her work here, but also her work with then Representative, now Speaker Ryan, on a budget agreement many years ago that no one thought would come together. So she's shown a willingness to be reasonable and to work in a bipartisan fashion. Her questions of this nominee with regard to finances, where she asked for a full list of education-related holdings, that question and what flowed from that was reasonable and should be fully answered. Her question that to the extent that the nominee believed that more than 120, quote, accepted investment funds, unquote, she is retaining were exempt from Office of Government Ethics disclosures, an explanation of what those investments are and why it qualified for the exemption. Finally, and last, the question that Senator Murray raised with regard to Mrs. DeVos's assets, an explanation of where the assets that she was retaining were held, including specifically 2 family trusts. Very reasonable questions, as well as her insistence upon that I share, in addition to the vote that we just had on tax returns. When you become an elected public official or an appointed public official at any level of government, you should be subjected to having your tax returns made public. That's been the tradition in our state for many, many years, especially for high public office. And I believe that's the right course of action. So, Mr. Chairman, I will vote against, have voted against, and will vote against on the floor for all those reasons.